Hi, I'm back. So for today, we are going to continue the essential terms in financial mathematics. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is about loan. So it is the money borrowed from bank or lender that you must pay back over time, usually with added interest. With added interest. Simple idea is you borrow money now and then you can pay it back later with extra payment or on interest. For example, you borrowed 1 million peso from the bank to buy a house and paying it back monthly with interest. So again, simple idea for this term is simple idea. Borrow money now, pay it back with an interest. That is a simple idea of a loan. So for example, for you to understand it further, this is an example or a scenario. Borrowing 1 million peso from the bank to buy a house and paying it back monthly on on interest. So it depends upon the lender or from the bank on how many percent of interest that you must pay monthly. All right. So what is the effect if you are having a loan? So the effect, you people can buy things or pay expenses immediately. And you pay more than what you borrowed because of interest. And of course, when you fail to pay, it can lead to penalties or legal action. Okay, for advantages, um, people can buy things immediately. People can buy immediately. This is a good side. For example, you want a car and you really want it, you can have this alone, even though you don't have enough money. And you just can pay it back onwards monthly, but with an interest. Okay, but you are going to more, pay more what you have borrowed because of an interest. And of course, failure to pay can lead to legal action. All right, next term is a mortgage. A mortgage is a specific type of loan used to buy real estate like a house or land. The property itself is a use as a guarantee or collateral until the loan is fully paid. So for this, a simple idea, I'm going to give you a simple idea. regarding mortgage. You can borrow money to buy a house, and the house itself is the guarantee. So the guarantee means that if you fail to pay the loan, the borrower could get your house if not yet fully paid. If you fail to pay, that is the guarantee. Now, what about the effect? Effect. You can own a house even if not fully paid yet. Can own property, and you will pay monthly for years. Monthly payment for years. And of course, if you don't pay, the bank can take the property. Bank can take property if you do not pay. If you fail to pay, the bank the bank can take your collateral, which is the house itself. Let's take an example regarding mortgage. Example. Yeah, the example itself is just a simple idea. You borrow money from a bank to buy a house, and if you don't pay, the bank can take the house as your collateral and or the guarantee itself. So in mortgage, you really need to pay it monthly or in accordance with the bank that you where you borrowed the money from. Again, loan is just is mortgage is a type of loan where you're going to what you bought will serve as the collateral. That is a mortgage. Next one is the accumulated value or future value. So for the accumulated value of an investment is the total amount an investment is worth after a certain time, including the original investment and all growth. It could be appreciation or interest. So meaning, a simple idea would be the original money plus interest is equal to total future amount. So that would be your accumulated value. So the effect of this shows how money grows over time in savings or investment. The longer the time, the bigger the total amount if earning interest. Helps in planning savings and investment. Shows how money grows. So you can track your money if it is earning or not. And the longer the time, of course, the bigger the total amount, and it helps in you to plan in your savings and investments. For example, let's take an example regarding accumulated value. If you invest 100,000, peso today, and it earns 50,000 pesos in 5 years. So how much will be the accumulated value? Of course, the accumulated value is the accumulated value is 150,000 pesos. That's how it was. Okay, so we are now done with the loan, which is a money borrowed from a bank or lender that you must pay back over time, usually with added interest. So this is the money that you borrowed from a lender, but you're going to pay it back with added interest. It depends upon the contract on how many interest that you would pay monthly. It could be monthly, yearly, quarterly, and so on and so forth. And for the mortgage, it is a type of loan we are going to use to buy real estate, like a house or land. And of course, the property itself will serve as a collateral until the loan is fully paid. So meaning that the collateral means that the bank owned the house for the meantime as as soon as you're going to fully paid the loan. It means that it's already onto you. So if you fail to pay, meaning the bank can take your property because that will serve as your collateral. And for the accumulated value, the simple idea of this is that the original money plus the interest, that will be your accumulated value. Okay, so come back to our next lesson, and goodbye.